Hello. It's great to be with you once again for Clergy Reflections, a time to share what's on my mind and some thoughts. In 2018, I had the opportunity to attend a course at St. George's College at Windsor Castle. It was a great experience and learned a lot and met many fantastic people who had great ideas and insights. A few things that I learned as the course went on. Many of the questions that we have around church growth, declining numbers, financial concerns, where did all the young people go, where did these people go or that group? Same questions that they are wrestling with. They too have churches that some are thriving and doing really well, like many of our churches are, and there are others too that are feeling the strain as generations come and go, and they're not seeing as many people as they once did. I learned too that in these questions, there was no easy answer. None of us had a silver bullet or a quick fix or a solution to anything of these questions. We were able to wrestle with them, to live with them, and I think that is the faithful response for all of us, to be able to live with the questions. As part of the conversation too, I was fascinated in terms of each of our churches' approaches to theology and thinking. What struck me was in many of the conversations, many of my clergy colleagues from England were really concerned about the question of salvation, the saving work of Jesus. For them, the conversation generally orientated around that we as the church, we as clergy even, have the responsibility and the job to save people. I was pondering on that for a while during the course, and eventually I just couldn't help myself, but I stuck up my hand during one of these conversations and I said, you know, I've been thinking about this conversation on the church saving people, our role as clergy saving people, and it strikes me that perhaps that really Jesus took care of the saving on the cross. Jesus died on the cross to win for us our salvation as a people. And if that is the case, then surely to goodness, we as the church, and really hopefully we as clergy, don't have to be preoccupied and worried about saving people. But that is God's work, that is Jesus' work, that is the essence of the cross and the power of the cross. As you can imagine, there was a rather prolonged silence as everyone looked at me like I'd just flown in from outer space. And then someone said, "Oh, good grief, Robin, if only he had said that an hour ago, we could have been at the pub by now." It's about perspective. Sometimes we get preoccupied in our own concerns, in our own world, our own agendas. We sometimes forget that there are other groups, other countries, other churches, other ways of thinking. And yes, many of us have the same questions, the same concerns, but we also have different attitudes, different theologies, different beliefs. All of them have a place, all of them have a role. And it's our job to be able to listen to the voice of the other, to see how that insight, that new learning perhaps, influences us and has something to teach us in the same way that our insights, our thoughts, might be able to influence others. As Christians, as people who follow Jesus, who are called to follow each and every day, we know and we believe in the power of the cross. We know that we are a saved people. And so perhaps our response to this great gift of salvation is to live like we are saved each and every day in our actions and interactions. If we believe we are saved, act like we are saved. Be joyful and thankful for this great gift. We may find, slowly but surely, we grow in our own faith and we grow as a church.